Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. What a sad day for Relentless. 5 years in, a stock is up over 800%, and here I am, a measly $4.82. How is this possible? I'm 5 years in. This is the reality of day trading, ladies and gentlemen, is that our income is not fixed, it's not guaranteed. We're running a business, we're operating, and for one reason or another, you can experience difficulties, you can experience a slow patch. These things do happen, and unfortunately, today, despite the incredible strength, was one of those days where I could not. And the last 3 4 days, I'm having issues connecting. Some of it, I think, is the momentum. I gotta continue to dissect. Today, I haven't reviewed this day yet. I've been so busy doing other stuff. But after this recap, I'm gonna go to the gym, take a nice walk about 2 miles, and then I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna study, and I'm gonna rewatch today's live stream in full before I go to sleep. So, you know, you really like I like to think about it like in this aspect that there's no way I should be trading for this long and have the experience I have and not be able to capitalize on this stock. But the circumstances, there's a point in time where I realize scalping is not working, and so I need to watch for some pullback trades. I capture my first great pullback trade, and after that, it just never gave me another good pullback until it was extremely extended to the point where it felt like buying it just almost didn't make any sense. So let's talk about MGAM. This is the stock, of course. I am actually no, MSGM rather. MSGM. Here we go. This stock today, if you are not in small cap world, yesterday closed at 254 and today had a high of 2760. Absolute mad. And you guys will see I wasn't aggressively trading it almost every candle. This thing was tricky. Initially we had a small red to green. Today was also a day where we had a lot of other stocks, and so when we had this first opportunity here, I was not watching at it. Second opportunity as well, I was not watching at it, not until the first pullback, which came around 8:45. So initially I was on my heels when it came to this stock. Wasn't really able to get a good connection with it, wasn't able to get in tune with it. Not until I started watching it later here, and scalped away in these couple of candles here. Scalped away, had some pretty poor fills, and I realized, man, I gotta take it off the lows. And so that's what I did right here. This particular 5 minute pullback, I was a little distracted, but at the same time, it came off of a flush, which I don't usually take. I don't usually take the dip trade off of a huge flush, especially in a situation like this. It's something I got to work on. I got to work on this. The stock goes from a high. At the time, this was a huge drop. It looks small relative to what the move we had, but at the time we went from 950 to 865, 90-cent drop in one candle. Now, with that being said, we did pull back into a daily level that I had marked out since pre-market at 867. So maybe I could have paid more attention here to essentially buy this low. This is as obvious as it will ever get. We have 867 as a line that was there hours before, and it literally holds it 3 times here, almost to the penny. 65, 64, 63. I think here I need to be a little bit more focused and a little bit more assertive to essentially just throw some size out there to see what it does. It does curl, and I take the first pullback here, and bottom take the pullback actually smaller size. My plan was to add to the position if we would break below 90, stop 75, anything between 80 and 90 I would have added, and try to accumulate more of a position, 600, maybe 900 shares. Still would have been a smaller position overall, but wanted more on it. But it was a great entry here. So I'm like, okay, the pullback seems to be holding. Take the 5 minute pullback seems to be holding, which is what this essentially was right here. Take the first 1 minute pullback and watch for the new high. And You know, why did I buy 890? Well, 890 was support earlier, right? We had 889, 890, well, $9, and before that 76. But you know, 90 held twice here, so I bought it over here, and this was a great trade. You know, I'm in at 890, I'm out at 943, you know, for a 50 cent plus move. And this is where I'm saying, you know, I scalped it here, realized scalping wasn't working, and you know, could have done a better job. I really could have done a better job buying 890 right here twice. I should have been in even $9, but you know, when these stocks have a bigger spread, man, it's always so tricky. Even buying with the offsets is a little hard to do because you know they have this look to them that could be intimidating. And you know, like I spoke to Mighty today, he was telling me, man, like we just have to just buy and understand that this is just part of what this stock is. This is part of the personality of this stock. Like we just gotta send it. We literally just have to send it. We, you know, it's the same concept of a stock that's at $2 or tight spread. Is, you know, candlesticks or candlesticks. It's just the range. You just have to understand, instead of risking 10 cents, 5 cents, you're risking 20 cents, 50 cents, a dollar a share, and you're looking for a 50 cent move, dollar, two, three, $4 share move to the upside. You know, and so right here, I'm in. I sell a little early, right? Let's look at this sell. Is it going to show? Yeah. I sold initially at 925 for my first sell. Then I sold at 935, and I'm like, you know what? 940 at the time was high of day. Let me wait to see how well it's going to break over high of day. So I hold the last 100 shares. This is probably my best trade of the day. Yeah, by far. So I hold the last 100 shares to set to 970, and I made about 90 cents on that last exit. So this was a great trade. Of course, we would have want more size. You know, even down to, and it shows you the potential, right? This is the potential of the market, man. When you are willing and able and capable of taking on risk. Let's pull up the calendar. Where is it? Calendar. No, calculator, rather. Calculator. Um, so from 890 to 943, right? What is that? 53 cents, which is about 150 with 300 shares. You know, you take 2,500 shares times, you know, why did I do that? 2,500 shares times 0.53. And there you go, 1,325. And that is just between here and here, right? That's just between that range. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. Let's erase the show trades. For anybody who's new, who's watching this recap, you can't even see that white line I just made anymore. And look at how, you know, look at how big this move was. And just between that small area that I got that trade on would have been 1,300 with 2,500 shares. Much less if you're equipped, able, capable, experienced, and maybe you're in here and you're selling here. 20 grand on the day, 50 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand, you know, 20,000, anything, something better than nothing, right? So the potential, you know, stocks like this, they just remind me that the potential of trading is just, it's just so magnificent. And I think on these stocks, I'm a little too risk advert. I think it shows too much of me not taking on risk. I think that's the biggest thing I'm seeing from myself when I look at this type of stock. It's like, and this is gonna sound weird. This is gonna sound weird to say, but it almost feels like I should do everything in my powers and even be willing to walk away with a $500 red day, $1,000 red day, than to play it safe and only be up 179. Like, I feel like I'd feel more fulfilled if I absolutely exhausted myself and everything I know and be down 1,000 than to be green 179 here today on this stock. It's, yeah, I know it sounds weird, but mentally I don't feel accomplished at all. And I do feel accomplished on some red days, as crazy as that sounds, because I gave it my all. Like I feel like I'm too, I'm a little too passive. And so let's bring it back a bit, right? When it started to move, I'm thinking so much about the risk. Hey, I'm not green on the day. Like I was red, right? I was red on one of the other stocks. Couldn't connect on anything, not quite getting a good cushion. And so I'm like, man, it's just one of those tough days for me, But at the same time, it's like when this incline started, I realized very quickly, man, you need to just buy. It looks like it's about to go crazy. Just buy, and put a 50-cent stop in place. But, I hesitate on doing that because it comes into my mind, dude, you're already red. You're not seeing any good connection here today. So sometimes it's like if I have a good cushion, I'd approach it more aggressively. But at the same time, in the future, what if a day comes again where I'm red or I just don't have a cushion and the same type of opportunity comes again? Like I need to capture it better, despite where I am on the day, despite worrying about the risk. It's like I need to push it. Like these are the days to push it. Like, losing money on a day like today would suck, yes. But it's like it almost feels the same way. In fact, for me, it feels the same way, just not being bigger green and understanding I did not give it my all to potentially be bigger green, to be in that position. So it's tough. It's tough. The balance of when to, when not to, how to manage the risk. At the end of the day, it's like being green 179 is surely better than being down 1,000, But yeah, it just goes to show why trading is so hard. The risk tolerance and risk management system that I have is the reason why I think I'll never blow up an account and those type of things. But at the same time, it's like it also limits me a little too much on these type of days. You know, the key thing is being green and being green early, because ultimately it's better to give back profits than to go red. And I gotta try and work on it. I gotta find ways to just be better in the move. And today was a wreck. Today was a wreck. And I mentioned I gotta continue to tweak my scanners a little bit. Tomorrow I did make some changes again. Tomorrow I'll see, because also another thing is that I when there's a lot of watch list stocks, we're watching 5, 6 stocks. I'm only watching 3 at a time, really. And so sometimes I might have 2 of them off screen. If I'm not paying attention to the scans, or the scan is not filtering properly, or I'm distracted, or if I'm ranting, or I'm watching YouTube comments or something, I'm missing trades essentially. So I got to make a small adjustment to, just essentially be more focused, be more locked in, less talking. It's tough because there's a lot going on. It's the YouTube, the Discord, trading 5, 6 stocks same time essentially. But this is all part of the challenge. This is why I'm Relentless Traders, because I'll look at this and without any hesitation or any doubt, I'll know that I can do it. I've already been doing it to a degree. It must mean that I can do better. And so, going into February, that's the aim. I have a game plan. I'm not gonna say it out loud to you guys, but I have a small game plan that I've added to my pamphlet here, my sticky notes, as to how I'm gonna approach February. And yes, I will have a nice goal in mind. I've never been setting. Haven't set a goal in like 3 years, but I have a goal, and my goal is to do better than I did last month. Assuming of course the momentum stays hot. If the momentum goes to like, hey, 1 cent, 2 cent breakouts, then of course we'll have to adjust expectations. But assuming this market stays like this, we need to do better than we did in January, and there's no reason why we shouldn't do better We have gained an experience, a month's more worth of experience, and now we have to apply the small changes that we're recognizing in order to see, the progress. And so, I know I'm not really going over too much technicals because you guys all saw this thing at the end of the day. But yeah, and this is another area where, because of how extended this move was, and not have, it's this thing, like, it's like not having a cushion, not having a cushion is like the only thing playing in my mind. It's like, dude, the stock went from, it's like I almost get discouraged in a sense. The stock went from $7 to, what is this, 12, what was this, 12, 16, from 7 to 16, and I have not made money. And so for those reasons, it's like I'm not even watching this pullback seriously. Do I understand it's holding around another blue line that I've mapped out hours before the stock even got here? Yeah, but this and it's why I'm saying, like, I gotta kind of find a way to still be aggressive even if I don't have a cushion. And then at the end of the day, perspective matters, right? Perspective of time, place, and money. I'm already up 10 grand on the month. What more cushion do I need than that at this point in time? So maybe my mind was too tunnel vision and too micro for this type of a move today. Too cautious, not willing to be as aggressive as I needed to be. Um, you know, we're up six figures as a trader. It's like, what more cushion do I need to take on this stock? So ultimately it's disappointing to not perform better, but I will stay relentless. I'll continue to improve. I don't have a choice. I'll embrace the pressure. I love the pressure. The pressure will make me better. And so I know what needs to be done, and I will do anything and everything to ensure success. So, gym, then study. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe, stay green.